Good morning, guys. Welcome to another YouTube coming out of the amazing Dubai. So we got an exciting one today. Going to take you guys through gym session at the Locker Gym Dubai. Obviously bodybuilding session today, so if you're keen to see how to stack some muscle, follow along. And I'm going to go over to stay below 10% body fat whole year at a sustainable way. This is something everyone's been asking me, because it's something I live by. You know, this last 12 months or so, I've stopped the yo-yoing, going up, gaining body fat, coming down, and I finally found a blueprint. Let's call it that. So yeah, guys, come along today, and I'll see you guys in there.
Okay, let's go.
Pre-session, we got 10 grams creatine monohydrate, and we got 2 scoops MPB Elevate pre-workouts. I'm a big fan of having some good pre-workout before training, and no, it's not just to give me good energy. If it's a good pre-workout like the one we have at MPB, it's going to be stacked with nootropics, which fuels the mind, focus. Caffeine is obviously great for fat loss, which is a good tip, and great for boosting performance and energy. And also L-arginine in here, beta-alanine, not at a high dose because you don't want the itchiness. So all of those are going to drive performance massively. And then some electrolytes, pink salt for the pump, coconut water powder. All of those are going to drive more blood flow to the muscle, which is key. We want to get a good pump going because that's how we're going to grow. So performance is nailed, focus is nailed, blood flow is nailed. We got the perfect pre. So I'm going to sip on this on the way to the gym. I'm going to get it going. Okay, so already started eating this one. So pre-workout snack, nice and easy one. We have 4 rice cakes, banana, peanut butter, some honey on there, and pink salt. So I don't really have any protein with this. It's very early in the morning, 7 a.m. off to the gym. So this meal is just to fuel the performance. Salt is going to help with more blood flow. The banana, the peanut butter is going to help the fats to make sure the carbs release a little bit slower for a longer session. And then the banana, rice cakes, honey, a little bit of carbs in there, nothing crazy. I do want it nice and light in the stomach. Sometimes I have a little bit of a bigger one here, like Rice Krispie cereal, if I'm going for like a massive session or like a 2-hour session or run. But this is just a quick bodybuilding session this morning. And also my last meal at night is quite high in carbs, so normally that one does help me early in the morning as well with fuel. So yeah, no protein of this one, it takes too long to digest. I need this to be in the system quick, and then we have the first protein after training, which I will show you. Let's go. So just sitting in the wide traffic. So the first tip on this video is to spend enough time on each phase. Now, what do I mean with that? I mean, too often people want to get lean, and they rush their building phase, or like the surplus phase, gaining phase, and then they just want to rush it to get back into shape again. You need to spend enough time in a growth phase, because what happens is, a lot of the time people just want to build a strong physique, be crazy lean, look incredible, but then when they do get lean, they actually notice that they're skinny. That's because you don't have muscle, and to build muscle you need to eat enough. Now, yes, you can still build muscle if food is high enough in your fat loss phase, but at some point it's not going to be high enough anymore to get below 10% body fat. So this is a very important tip for you all. First, build the muscle before you try and stay under 10% body fat and try and like stay there for life. So build the muscle, then you drop the body fat, and sometimes you need to do these two back and forth. Like you gain, let's say 12 to 15 weeks, and then obviously body fat will pick up a little bit. Then you just use 5 to 6 weeks, 8 weeks in a fat loss phase, just a little bit, get body fat down, because one, it makes your body very responsive, so the uptake to food is a lot better. You'll grow a lot faster when you are a little bit leaner, but still obviously in that surplus. And then also just to fix appetite, fix digestion, and then you go again. Next building phase, again you push for another 15-16 weeks until you're happy with the muscle, and then you can do the fat loss phase. And then from there, what you'll be doing is you'll be doing a reverse dieting, where you're going to increase your food slowly, get out of that massive deficit in your diet because it's not sustainable, and get it to a place where it is sustainable, but you still keep the body fat levels down. And that's how you're going to maintain that for life. So first you need to put in the work and earn to get to that place. Very important. So let me get to Dubai, through Dubai traffic to the gym. Of course, we got some MPB Elevate creatine for the gains, so they say. Gonna have a good session now. Good session. Cookie for the pump. On leg days, we have a cookie pre-workout extra because we're going to need it. We never eat enough for leg day. Okay, so getting into some leg extensions. I always like to start with leg extensions because it just warms the knees up properly, get good blood in the quads. Actually, I'm lying. I like to start with 2 to 3 kilos on the bike cycle, then leg extension. Hamstring curl, then we know legs front and back is warm, knee joints are warm. And then we can lift some heavy shit. That's how we do it. So let's get in. The veins are coming out from the cookie. Next point, protein. Making sure you eat enough protein. I love pushing between 2 to 2.5 grams times body weight in kilograms. What's the benefits of this? Number one thing, it builds muscle. Very good for recovery. And it also keeps you fuller for longer. It takes longer to digest, which is a big key for a lot of you trying to get lean. Because if you're going to nail your protein, you're not going to be hungry every hour. You're not going to want to binge and have cravings every hour. So make sure that you stay on top of your protein to build the physique you want and to get lean. carbohydrates. Big one. It fuels your performance. If you want to build elite level physique, you need enough carbohydrates, because one, it's going to help you with recovery. It's going to help you get the best out of your training sessions. So you want to have majority of your carbohydrates around your training time, because that means you are just again going to get better performance out of that session, better muscle repair after the session. And this is something that people think is going to make them gain fat. Now think about it. If you have better performance in your sessions, you're actually burning more calories, if you want to take it that way. Meaning you are going to get leaner. So it's all just about timing it. You obviously don't want to overdo it in a fat loss phase, but make sure that you have enough carbohydrates around your training time. Extremely important, guys. Don't neglect it.
When should we take the carbohydrates? Before or after?
Before and after. So it depends on how you feel digestion wise and what time of the day. So I train 7 a.m. in the morning, which is very early. So I'm not going to have 100 grams of carbs before that, because it's just going to sit heavy on my gut. So what I'm doing is I have a big meal at night, carb meal, and that basically digests throughout the night, and it does help me in that morning session. But I still have a small amount of carbohydrates before I come train. Like I have something like rice cakes with honey and banana. Or if it's a bigger session, I'll maybe have like a little bit of rice-based cereal. Like you can do Rice Krispies, you can do cream of rice, anything that's digesting well, but you want it to sit very light. You don't want to train while it's heavy. And then post-workout, for me, I have a bigger one, because I don't have a bigger one before, because I trained so early. But if you train a little bit later, you can have more carbohydrates. I would say 50 to 100 grams if you're male. Female, 30 to 60 grams pre-workout, and then you're looking at the same amount after training as well. That's going to be good. Okay, so we just finished. Brennan's getting some work done. I'm getting some work done. So training is all done. Work after work is what I call it. So always get the energy high from training early in the morning, and then I can give my business and clients all the good energy. That's what we want to do. So that being said, we're coming to the next point, which is going to be sleep and recovery. If you want to have an elite level physique, you need to optimize your sleep and recovery. So obviously, in order to do that, first you need to train hard so that your body actually needs the sleep and recovery. And I know it's not always easy, especially if you're like a business owner, you know, like myself. It's not always possible to get 8 hours of good sleep in, but you need to try your best where you can. And you also need to listen to your body. Training 7 days a week is not going to be optimal for muscle growth. It's going to drive up cortisol. If your sleep is not great, again, cortisol is going to go up, inflammation is going to go up. You're going to look watery. It has an effect on your energy, your mood. It has an effect even on your metabolic rate. Fat loss will be slower because of cortisol. So yeah, make sure that you stay on top of these. And small things that really help is just like ashwagandha and magnesium at night. Drink that before bed so that you can know, recovery is going to be better, cortisol is going to drop down. Vitamin D3. Just stay on top of all these kind of things and be consistent with it. End of the day, guys, be consistent with it. And then it's all about finding a plan that you actually enjoy. Now, this is the most important part out of all of these. If you want to stay in shape for the whole year, you need to be able to enjoy what you're doing, but still you need to let it challenge you slightly. because if it challenges you, it's going to get the best out of you. You're going to keep growing mentally, physically, but you need to enjoy it, because if it's not enjoyable, it's not going to be sustainable. So that means you are going to yo-yo, you're going to gain body fat, you're going to try again, you're going to try follow a diet that you don't enjoy, so you're going to stick to it for 8 weeks on and off, and then you're going to binge again, gain 10 kilos. This is what's happening with people. They don't enjoy the food they're eating. I'm looking forward to every meal I'm going to eat. I'm consistent with all of them. I'm consistent with my protein, and I'm consistent with my movement every single day. And I find movement that I enjoy. You know, at night I go out for a walk with Steph. We enjoy it. I get steps in. In the morning, I like movement before my training. I like running. That's why I run. I like functional sessions where we do a lot of running and cycling in between at the gym. So I find these things that I actually enjoy. I'm not forcing it. So yeah, guys, just find the plan that you can actually enjoy, that you can sustain for life, because at the end of the day you need to be able to make this a lifestyle. That way you are never going to yo-yo again in your life. And also track your food, be consistent with that. I know for most people that's not elite level athletes, they don't want to do it for life. I'm at a point now where I don't track anymore, because I know this amount of chicken breast, how much it is. I know how much protein I'm getting in. If you do this for a few months, you're going to learn and you're going to understand how macros and how the foods works. So I would advise, just get an app, get a coach, get a program, track it, be consistent with that tracking for a few months, and then from there it's going to be an easy game. So make it happen. Key is consistency. And then a quick update on Dubai. It's not something I wanted to touch on, but I've been getting so many messages, and I'm grateful for every single message, everyone checking up if we are okay, we are safe, we are good. We've got a lot of positive and good energy thanks to our environment, our friends, people we surround ourselves with, thanks to my fitness, my training, thanks to my job. Honestly, if just my clients and the Hoon Squad and what I do, my passion is, it keeps the mind in a really positive place. But yeah, to touch on what happened here, because I think the media is taking it out in the world a little bit more chaotic than what it is, but nonetheless it is crazy, and it is actually crazy to see how quickly a place can change within 2 weeks. A lot of people have currently left Dubai. Obviously, I think the biggest thing is uncertainty. It's not like, you know, the buildings are being attacked or any of that, but Dubai has done, UAE in a whole has done absolutely incredible with protecting the people and keeping the city going. I mean, if you look there, if I zoom out, I'm not sure if you can see, but the traffic there is going, business is going, people are walking, so everything is going on as per normal. But obviously there has been some attacks around the UAE, unfortunately some people being injured and worse, and yeah, it's just been honestly sad. I think, like I said, the biggest thing is, I think, the uncertainty, because we don't know when this thing is going to end. The flights keeps cancelling, then it's on again, then it cancels. So, and that being said, like on top of that, a lot of people have left, a lot of our friends have left Dubai, and it sort of brought the energy down big time, big time. And I think when reality really kicked in was, I can't really show you now, but there's a building there, and like just to the right of that building, there was, a few nights ago, there was a drone that went into that building, and me and Steph were sitting here at the back in the TV room, and it sounded like an earthquake for 2 minutes, 2 seconds in our apartment. Like all the windows, everything was like poof. And I actually thought it was our building first, and then I messaged Haider because he lives the building next door. I thought it was their building. I'm like, dude, are you okay? And that was a little bit of a reality check for me and Steph, that we are actually in this. Like before that, we were very calm, still calm, and full trust in the UAE's government. And honestly, it's just, when it comes to safety, it is the best in the world without a doubt. Trust me, they've defensed, like they've stopped over 1,000 something drones, probably more now, and missiles that they've defended to not hit anywhere. So they've just been on defense. I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to talk in detail like this, but yeah, just keeping you guys up to date. But yeah, like I said, when it comes to safety, they've been really looking after us, but unfortunately there is hits here and there, and it is scary. We are getting alerts from the government sometimes twice a day of that we need to take cover and we need to go into a building, we need to stay indoors because they've detected missiles and drones on the way. And that's scary, because you sit, I mean, the other night I got one at 1 midnight and at 4 a.m. and I couldn't sleep after that. Our bed is next to the window, so you just literally like think of, what if it hits the building, or what if this. So it's just uncertainty, you know. It's not nice to live in this, and it just again makes you appreciate and be grateful for everything that you do have, because there's people living in this much worse than this, much worse, in war countries 24/7, and it's honestly sad with what is going on in the world. And we can just pray that everything gets better. But yeah, like I said, we focus on the positives. We are still planning on what we're going to do next. We do have, before all of this happened, we got a trip planned. We always leave in the summer here for 3 to 4 months because it's just too hot. So we were going to leave anyways during those times. So it is still the plan. We're still going to leave for those times, but afterwards we'll obviously see as the dust settles and what is happening this side of the world. But I just think for Steph's safety, for, you know, future starting family, we need to make sure that, you know, we are healthy, and mentally we are healthy, because I operate in a place where energy needs to be very high, my routine needs to be locked in, which it is now. But like I said, I'm someone that feels energy, and there is a bit of negative energy in the air, which is not nice. So yeah, as soon as things are safe, we will obviously continue with our trip out. For now, everything else for us home is still staying in the UAE. We will just not be in the UAE right now, and we'll just see what happens from there. But we got some exciting stuff coming from the brand, which we planned long ago, the coaching brand, MPB subs, back home in Cape Town, everywhere. So all my people, I'm very excited for some exciting things to come, and I'm very excited to just connect with my community back home again, and some other exciting trips and stuff coming up. So yeah, just wanted to let you all know that is a sort of a quick update, but it is scary to live in uncertainty and with this, all of this happening, and to see how quickly things can change. But yeah, we got a lot to be grateful for, and we never take that for granted ever. And yeah, if you guys need any assistance, need any chats, connect with me. Link is below in the description. I will keep consistency going with these videos, so I'll see you guys on the next one. I hope it helps. Stay locked in, stay positive, be grateful for what you have, and stay fit, ladies and gents. Stay fit, because fitness builds the mind, builds the body, and it leads to building the life. It is the key to everything. Peace out.